Yeah, so people might have been asking for the Blangdemar video. Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, got the deck right here, and just make something to eat before I make a video, I guess. I mean, sure, yeah, like, it can't be that bad, right? Can't. No, I'm just saying stuff, dude. Can't be that bad, right? Actually, cannot be that bad. I've been tired. I might as well just lay down, have a read. Who's knocked on my door? Huh? Hello? Yeah, sure, whatever. What do you want from me? Introduced in Set 6, Lianorn, the main Vanguard for Urara in the anime, underwent huge evolutions in both how the deck was built and even its own game plan. In Set 13, she received a massive stepping stone for her deck, and even in Divine Set 2, she still sees plenty of play thanks to certain support. Out of the free will dress decks, Lianorn perhaps did have the most rocky start. Her first appearance, the constructed decks, which were just Lianorn Light Edition, removed her Counterblast 1, Draw, and Call skill. However, this version still kept her main skill, boost free from back row, triple drive, and restand to back row. Despite being a free attack deck, you were always reaching for Vanguard numbers that always asked, "Hey, do you have a PG, or would you like to eat this to fake?" Then either having the best god roll of flipping every trigger in the adverse, or just blanking free. Though importantly in the trial deck, there were pretty decent cards as support for Lianorn. Be able to cycle draws and provide skill, and Clapping Dragon to be a refundable huge beater to slap on the field. There was also the Ride Line, but when you do maximize their value, despite Gracia being pretty nice as a huge early commit, means that you lost out on 2 soul in the main skill, whereas some lists chose the Rowell Ride Line just for the free bodies via plant tokens that can also count towards the boost. But moving on to the release of Set 6, just for out the Lianorn. There were other cards such as Diantha as a 13k booster and Monster Reborn, Happy Dreaming Festa to build a board off 1 CB, Sucrose to force out inefficient guarding, and Perrette. While not necessarily being the best Lianorn had to work with for the 13k booster, it was still a pretty decent early commit. Older Stoicheia cards like Creedasol attempted to fix the issues of weaker rear swings, Elenia for more Monster Reborn and power, and Kuchi and Urgula as a funny tech for a huge body. But despite as many tools Lianorn had in this era compared to the power level of other decks released in Set 4 and Set 5, this fresh new deck just didn't hold up enough. It was just a PG check, and if you choose the no guard, maybe you just get sacked, or maybe not. Even in the following set being Set 7, which gave Lianorn access to another swing of Resonance Dragon, despite how funny it is to restand the crit assault, also providing soul, still just wasn't enough to cut it. Especially compared to her peers such as Youthbird getting Tempest and Sequana, or Jujul finally being properly released, plus Rockiger. Along the line, Prosper came out as a PR to help remedy the soul issues the deck had, but even then it still wasn't enough. But in Set 10, and one of the biggest points for revamping for Lianorn, we got Lianorn Mask. This time she utilizes the Mask Persona Ride mechanic and can stand 2 units anywhere instead of just locked to back row. However, she loses out on triple drive in exchange for Spot Retire and a Monster Reborn. Around this set was also Margaret to help build with early hands, Tideline just being a massive beater, Burrowing Mushrooms with pair of the Rover Ride Line to make early boards, and Omnia for countercharge and a Welf to make markers and dig for Mosk. Of course, with the build being pretty good on paper, it struggled with just consistency with having to hard draw almost all of the pieces in order to function best times, at least since Mythiarch didn't exist around that time. However, when it was able to pop off, it actually made for a decent contender at times. Fast forward, it introduced the promo Luster Impact Dragon, Mythiarch Habitat, and Rosarium Fairy. These free cards were insanely massive for raising that ceiling that Lianorn actually needed, one being a power duplicate as a beatstick, and the other being a huge fodder that also draws you cards, alongside Mythiarch to dig for key pieces and help filter. And since you bumped up the order count, you could even afford using Rancor Chain and Black Tears to complement the order package. This package from set 11 actually would then move on to define what made Vivace one of the best decks of the format. Moving on, set 13's release introduced Vivace and Unison Dress, being the turn 4 cross ride for Lianorn. This set we also got Alentis for countercharge and free draws, and him. He has resist too, that's pretty cool. Vivace is able to boost herself with the entire board, ignoring abilities, resetting free, and can actually choose itself for another drive, all for just the Counterblast 1. And if you live long enough, you can actually Percent Ride draw too. Vivace was actually the final card needed to break the ceiling for Lianorn, able to produce genuine, ungodly numbers that ask for PGs every turn, alongside huge pokes normally using Rosarium, Luster, Diantha, or Alentis. Resonance was also another card to help push the ultimatum of, do you have enough cards to guard this crit Rosarium reset? The deck in this period was also flexible enough to accommodate Lianorn Mask to be a faster variant that sort of patched the issue of going second, in exchange for a higher chance of bricking. This build was also known as G-Norn, and I personally liked it compared more to Pure at that time. Also, just because I couldn't afford Resonance Dragons at that time, but if you're interested about reading this, I'll be also linking this in the description. After this high period for Lianorn doing competitive seasons that featured set 13, now came Parsi, another Reborn the Monster that also provided soul. Around the time Divine Set 1 did come out, the deck did have some downtime, with only the Energy Cycler being the quote-unquote sort of support for the deck. But wait! In set 2, we have Friendly Broccoli, or Broccoli, I don't know. Being both 10k shield, a 15k boost, and able to refund its commit, while also being able to play off the huge amount of plant tokens you're able to generate, this bumps up a lot for Lianorn. This card's broken! Bumping up shield value and having a flexible beat stick gave the deck a second wind into the Divine's format, and even now is still topping into Festival Collection, and even into set free since you're able to build a free board with Alvina. Overall, Lianorn's story is a funny rags to riches journey, and ultimately Vivace deserved its spotlight with one of the most creative card forms ever. And soon we're actually getting new support for the deck in set 4, so we're looking forward to that. That will be all for Lianorn. If you enjoyed the vid, please do leave a like, comment, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. Hope you see you in the next video. Until then, peace.
もっと俺を熱くさせろ。俺のターン、根源へ至る万象の無ライド、ゼロの運命者、ブラグドマイヤー。